On April 28, 2016, the Italy BeamNG map was first revealed to the public. Over 2 years later, it was then finally published alongside the Autobello Piccolina as part of the 0.15 update. But the update was called A Small Car on a Big Map, since the Piccolina is a cute little car and the Italy map is BeamNG's largest one. But while it's the biggest map and might even have the most details and Easter eggs of any BeamNG map, it's in desperate need of a remaster. Before getting into that, I want to give you a brief overview of the map. Keeping it short, the map is divided into 3 areas: the mountainous one, the hilly area by the sea, and also the farmlands. There are 9 towns in total, excluding the tiny group of houses that doesn't even have a name. Some of these are cities, such as Norte, while others, like Concasura or Lucera, are small villages. There is a highway that leads from Milia Airport to Fastello via Norte. And the map features dozens of roads that are perfect for rallying, street racing and more. Other than that, there are 2 historical sites, one of which holds a very intriguing secret. More on that later though. Now, let's answer the question of what real area it's based on. This question may be a lot harder to answer as it first sounds, as the developers didn't just take inspiration from a single Italian region, but rather merged several areas into a 16 square kilometers big island. The crossroads and the farmlands are clearly set in Tuscany, but for example Lucera is also a southern Italian city in real life. And the wooded mountains on the coast are strongly reminiscent of Gargano, the southern Italian region, in which Lucera is also located. But that's not all. LGF Hutch, the lead environmental artist responsible for this map, shared a comparison between a spot on the in-game map and a Google Street View location about 40 kilometers south of Naples. I personally really like that BeamNG's maps are based on so many different regions, because it makes them truly unique and enjoyable to explore. But what are these Easter eggs and fun facts I was talking about? As you may have noticed while driving down the roads of Italy, there are a lot of billboards and advertisements. You can find similar ones on other maps too, but the effort the developers put into this Italian one is actually incredible. Due to these billboards, we now also know about the existence of a fictional airline and even a BeamNG mobile phone. However, there's something else that you perhaps have noticed. There is a huge amount of advertisements for movies. Considering that there's a campaign centered around movie making and the recent addition of a movie center on the West Coast map, it's safe to say that movies seem to play a significant role in the BeamNG universe. To better understand the next Easter egg, you need to know something. Civetta, the fictional noble car manufacturer, translates to owl on English, and we can see an owl on its logo. So it might not surprise you that the owl statue in Castelletto is a reference to Civetta. It does not only look like the owl on the logo, but taking a closer look, you can even see a quote by Antonio Civetta right underneath the monument. It roughly translates to "the car slides like it's on ice," and most likely refers to the Civetta bolide, which is quite difficult to handle. This is pretty funny, considering there's a similar Easter egg on the West Coast map. Apparently, the developers of BeamNG were not that happy with the vehicle's handling, at least not before the tire contact update. In Castelletto there are also information boards about the history of the castle, but the resolution is a bit too low for them to be fully readable. We can read that the castle has been under renovation since 2007 though, which is interesting because we can see it's not finished yet. Of course, this could just be because renovating a castle takes a long time, but it could also indicate that the time in the BeamNG universe is slightly different than the real time. Lastly, we get to the rather sad part, which might spark a little bit of excitement though. The Italy map is quite outdated, and I'm not saying it's bad, but it has seen better days. Many textures are of low quality, the lighting is slightly off, and in some places, really weird glitches are occurring. Although it is many years behind the other maps, it seems to be let in dust by the developers. But I think exactly that is what could let us hope. The fact that we haven't received any major updates to this map got me thinking. it would be pointless to update the current map to the high standards of the other maps if they are remaking the map from scratch anyway. On the official Italy progress thread on the BeamNG forums, you can see some early staged concepts for the map. While these concepts never made it into the game as the main map, it seems that elements from them may have influenced the fallings of the Italy map we know today. Now hear me out. It's safe to say that adding a racetrack to this map would be a dream come true for many BeamNG players. But since there are many Italian racetracks in real life, developers could easily get inspired and maybe even match them together, just like they did with the rest of the map. However, it's not easy to implement new content such as a racetrack without having to change the entire map. The easiest approach would be to simply expand the map into its fallings, yet this idea doesn't appear to have been hinted at. It's worth noting that a map of that scale might not run smoothly on ordinary PCs. So, while an expansion seems unlikely in the near future, a simple remaster is definitely possible. Either ways, I love this map and I truly hope the developers give it the attention it deserves. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.